Hello and welcome to the Sacred Gates here on YouTube. My name is Illura and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to all the new subscribers. I hope that you find this content helpful. If you do, please like and subscribe and please feel free to comment. So today I wanted to do a video just to touch on, wow, there seems like there's a lot going on. Perhaps it's just me, or perhaps you are feeling that way too. That there seems like there is a lot going on and there's a lot of opportunity to heal. And so when we have a lot of opportunity to heal, it means that we're also coming face to face with things that are unhealed. Because if I always say, if you have a leaking tap, but you don't pay attention to the leak, you can't get it fixed. So you need to pay attention to what's going on in order to heal it. And in order to heal it, we need to see what is not healed. So if you are going through this kind of time, then it's more important than ever to keep moving with your practices, keep doing those things, keep releasing, really. I always made this channel open to all practices in a way, like whatever you're doing, but this YouTube channel is really ultimately about release practices and the power of release practices, because that's the lineage that I come from and that's the path that I'm on. And so if you're experiencing the pain and hardship and life-changing experiences of healing, of facing wounds that are unhealed, learning how to heal, learning how to let go, well, having practices that help you let go really, really can help you at these times in life. And even better, if you've been practicing every day before the proverbial shit hits the fan, that you have an accumulated amount of practice under your wing, so to speak, that can help you during these times. Because you know that when you stop practicing, it's so much harder to pick it all back up again. And of course, that would make sense for anything that you're practicing, but especially when it comes to release practices, because it takes practice to release, because we're not used to releasing. We're used to accumulating, we're used to fabricating, and this is the opposite of dissolving and releasing. And so we want to keep those release practices going so that when things get tough and things are requiring us to make decisions about how we're going to respond, then we want to have some practice in releasing so that we can make the best of different situations, learn the lessons behind the crises, listen to what it is that we need, and make changes that heal all those involved, even if they cannot see, even if they cannot understand. And this is about compassion. Compassion comes through observing. Compassion is understanding. And when we have compassion for others, we naturally have more for ourselves. And when we have compassion for ourselves, we naturally have more compassion and understanding of others. And in order to have compassion either or for ourselves and others, we really need to see how it is that we're suffering and to know that we are each suffering. Everyone, you, me, the birds outside this window, and whoever is around you in your world right now, they're all suffering. And to see humans and those we love and those we hate as human beings suffering as we are, to recognize that, it does make it a lot easier to release our own suffering. And it doesn't mean that you force forgiveness, and you cannot force forgiveness, as you may have noticed, and you cannot force compassion. Compassion and as forgiveness also, it emerges naturally through an awareness that is becoming familiar with the qualities of release. And it is through observation that we're able to connect with reality as it is unfolding and engage with the qualities that support the expansion and release of the awareness that brings us into a much more clarified space than that of just, say, reactive emotion. And so we're able to come from that. And that really helps when we're going through a crisis or a healing opportunity or a time of great change, whether it's, trying to turn around negative family patterns, heal relationships with others that have been really pained and distant, creating new boundaries for ourselves, whatever it might be, it really helps to release. And so I encourage you at this time of great change and opportunity to reflect upon what really matters to you and to feel things that maybe you haven't felt for a while, to keep practicing your release. It can be as easy, if you're not sure what that is, it can be as simple as just breathing gently and watching your breath, and notice how that changes your awareness. Notice how that releases a contracted awareness. Because an awareness that is contracted makes it much harder to navigate your way through challenging times. It's a little bit like driving a car with mud on your windscreen. It's really difficult to see. Whereas if you have a clear windscreen, or a windscreen that is becoming clearer as you drive forward, then it's much more easier to navigate and see what's up ahead, and you feel calmer as you move through reality as it is. Because you know what they say about reality. If you argue with reality, you will just lose 100% of the time, and reality will win 100% of the time. That is just how it is. So we have to learn how to live with reality, in reality, and to modulate our awareness as we go. So I just wanted to do a little video on that today, as I know that many of us are going through great changes at this time. I mean, we always are, but sometimes there are peaks and flows in these kinds of things, as you've probably noticed, as I have. And so I thought I would touch on that in this week's podcast. So find ways to help yourself to relax. And there are many gateways to relaxation and release. You can relax through your physical body. You can open what I call the sacred gates of the body, of which there are many, but your joints are sacred gates. So you can sit in any comfortable position and you can relax your joints. You can relax your physical body, and that will alter and change and train your awareness in a certain way for its quality to change. You can also enter through your breath. The sacred gate of the breath is to connect to your breath and feel the consciousness. You'll feel your awareness of your breath. Feel for the most soft, healing quality in the breath, because the breath can also be quite gritty, can't it? Just as our physical body has a grittiness to it, our breath also can feel a bit, when you focus on the breath, sometimes it feels, a little bit like chunky and clunky and not very nice, and it tends to reveal and affect your mental and emotional body. So see if you can breathe until you can feel for the very subtle, soft line of healing energy within the breath, to see if you can do that. So that's the sacred gate you can also connect to. There's also sound. Sound is an extremely helpful sacred gate. I would say it's probably one of the easiest. I know that my son reaches for that a lot, for the sacred gate of sound. So you simply sit and listen for the sound. So for example, there's a motorbike coming past my window right now, and I listen to the sound, yes, but I also listen and notice the space or the gap between the sounds that I hear. There are even gaps between the sounds of a fan or water falling or birds calling or busy traffic. There's a lot of spaciousness. And you may find that when you tune into sound, to the soundscape around you, that your awareness changes quite quickly. And you come into a more heightened, softer, more spacious, and in a very much way more aligned with your higher light consciousness. So there you have it. You have the physical body as a sacred gate that you can use during these times if you're finding you're going through difficult times, challenging times, revealing times, healing times. You can also use the sacred gate of the breath, and you can also use the sacred gate of sound. So see how you go with that. I hope that's been helpful, and I wish you all the best today, and all until I see and hear from you next. Bye-bye for now.